Hi there, today we'll be going over an anti-mage guide primarily focused around farming patterns, when to fight, and how to join the fights, the positioning in them. I'll briefly go over the laning stages as well, and just talk about the heroes on the map, how I approach the different matchups, and why we managed to win even though our mid lane rage quits quite early on in the game. So let's go with starting items. So I was against Spirit Breaker and Ogre Mage lane. They're really good heroes. Spirit Breaker is a natural counter to Anti-Mage. Both are heavy hitters with a lot of armor, a lot of regen. So heroes that do really well on the lane versus Anti-Mage. Therefore what I do is I start with Orb of Venom, some stats, and a set of tangos. And I tell my Lich at minute 1 I want to be aggressive, I want to trade. Because Anti-Mage is one of the best heroes in the game at trading at level 1. He's one of the worst at trading level 2, but level 1 spells usually don't do that much damage, they're quite useless. Whereas with this you do quite a bit of mana burn, a lot of damage, you prevent them from spamming spells in the future, and you have a decent attack speed and decent armor. So you really want to be maximizing that trading level 1. You also want to be really aggressive during the lane so that they can just jump on you and kill you, even if that means to forgo some last hits. You also want to build fighting items because it's a very fighting meta, and the matchup here is quite difficult. You don't want to straight go to Battle Fury or straight Power Trance Battle Fury. You want either Orb of Corrosion or Raid Band in addition to the Orb of Venom. And in terms of spell build, I usually go 2 points in Mana Break, 1 point in Counter Spell, then Max in Blink. Then you go level 10 Blink cooldown. I'm taking Mana Void Stun here because my Invoker Rage quitted and we need more CC. And then Blink cast range always. That enables you to farm really quickly. You should always also threat swap, which is moving to Intelligent Threats before you blink, and then moving to Agility when you hit the camps. And I'll talk about my movements in the farming pattern later, but you should always be moving towards an objective, not just aimlessly hitting the creeps. So let's start. Something I do here, which you should notice, I destroyed the trees with my Quelling Blade. I do this because my support can then do the hard camp pull, so he can pull at 1747, dragging the creeps over here, and that's an easy pull to help with the lane. Then you should always contest the runes with your team, and then you can go on time to the laning stage. So let's just move quickly to the laning stage. Go back to my view and see what happens in a sped up way. So even at the very beginning, I noticed that Spirit Breaker is completely alone. Ogre is somewhere behind doing something. I can see him because Lich is going on him. So when Lich goes near me, I tell the Lich, let's hit this guy. He's alone for about 5 seconds and he's already half HP. Then you can see that I backed. Maybe let me rewind. So when Ogre joins, what I do is I immediately back down. Ogre tries to chase me, and then when we're in a 2v1 scenario, I go on him again. Lich made the mistake of going for Spirit Breaker, but we should have fought 2v1 against Ogre with the creeps. And even though Ogre has... Okay, I can't really click on him. Ogre has 7 armor, 52 damage. He's already at 420 HP. Spirit Breaker 380. I'm at 330 as an anti-mage versus 2 really heavy hitting heroes with a lot of armor that usually should crush me because I'm aggressive, level 1. And this pattern continues. Whenever someone's out of position, I always try to do a hit or 2, even if that means not getting a last hit. So see, I'm baiting Ogre to come near me. Spirit Breaker slow because Lich is really good at harassing him, and I just hit Ogre. Continue to keep him low, continue to top off with tangos. Really good stuff here. They don't feel safe, they don't feel confident in being aggressive towards me. Now I see Spirit Breaker is alone, so what do? I farm the creeps, and whenever there's an opportunity, I will continue hitting him. So yeah, just like hit from time to time. Something else you should note as anti-mage in the laning stage. Because of your blink, you can actually help your support if they're fighting on the side lane. And again, you can be in that 2v1 scenario, which is when you want to be fighting. You never want to be fighting 1v1 or well 2v2. You want to be fighting 2v1 or 1v1 with creeps, your creeps on your side. And again, Ogre is really low because of that. Spirit Breaker makes the mistake of jumping, but again, we have a full wave. Plus we're near the tower. And we just engage and we kill the Ogre. I get first blood versus an Ogre and Spirit Breaker. How good is that? Because of that I could get my early ring of health and then do a raid band into power threats. So if we just move on a little bit, something else I want to showcase again. So you will see in a second that Ogre is standing there maybe trying to deward, so I see an opening, I do 4 hits, then I back away. I'm perfectly fine, full HP because of the ring of health. He has less mana, he has less health. That makes them less likely to gold me in the future. So overall good exchange. You shouldn't be afraid to again forgo a creep or two just to keep that pressure on the offlaner. And over here Spirit Breaker's going on me. Lich was panicking a little bit and I just tell him I'm fine, Ogre's not there, there's no way he kills me. I have the armor, I have the ring of health, so it is all good. And again in a second I do some damage to Spirit Breaker, harass him in a 2v1 scenario again as you noted, and then continue hitting. And here again I utilize my blink. I'm missing 2 last hits, but because I have the blink we can go in a 2v1 scenario and we can just kill the Spirit Breaker. Easy, and that's how you win the lane. So if we move on to the post laning stage, for me to showcase when you go jungle and what are the farming patterns that you utilize. So just speeding up a little bit, maybe to over here. If you want to see the stats, my last hits are not that great, 41, but I have 2 kills, 1 assists. And that's normal in the current meta. You will not have the 70 plus last hits of the old farming days where no one contests you really. But because I've contested Spirit Breaker, he only has 27 last hits. And I'm still sitting at an okay net worth. If we go on the graph, I'm actually 4th in net worth, so it's not too bad. Not too bad. So it's minute 10. What items do I have? So I have Perseverance, I have a Raid Band, Orb of Venom, and I'm building Power Threats before the Battle Fury. That's quite important. And I also have a Clarity. You should always have Clarities on you as an anti-mage. If you're at full mana, you're not playing the hero right. You should constantly be blinking, with threat swapping obviously. And because of that constant blink with the talents, your mana just goes and you should always be ferrying Clarities. So let's just look at my farming pattern and how I approach things. So I don't feel safe going near the tower because they can TP and kill me. It's minute 10, I can see some of them middle, but some of them are not showing. So I stick to the jungle camp, I use the shovel to get a salve, and then I put the chipped vest for additional regen. I do hit the creeps when they're under my tower because I know that I'm safe, they can't kill me. Over here is fine as well because I can see them due to the wards. I can reflect some spells, I can blink out. Because of my max blink, I'm very safe in this scenario. Then again, killing the creeps once the wave is pushed. And just continue towards the jungle. Lich has stacked for me, so I'm gonna go and try to kill the stacks. Ogre was actually pushing the wave, so because the wave's now under the tower, and it's more value to kill the creeps under tower, I actually TP to get those creeps and get the second wave. And what happens here is, they try to kill me, but because I'm farming safely, because I'm farming under the tower, it doesn't go their way. And you can see this. They try to go on me, they do absolutely nothing, I just TP. My Kunkka, I ping to the Kunkka, I ping to the Lich. I bait so they think they can kill me. And in the end, I get both of the waves, I kill an Ogre support. And then I farm another wave and continue farming the jungle. So as long as you keep this in mind, before you get like Battle Fury Manta, you should try to play either on a lane where there's someone else or under tower. And just be mindful where you're farming so that you can go towards the farm opportunities. And here what I see is, I see there's a fight mid, so I continue staying in the triangle, and then when I see there's an opportunity to clean up some kills, I try to join the fight. And that's the way you should approach fighting with anti-mage. You shouldn't fight with your team before you have Manta, Basher, Battle Fury, but you should farm near the fights, and then when someone is low, try to blink, do a couple of hits, do a mana void, and kill them. And that's exactly what I attempt to do. I go in, I do a mana void. Unfortunately, he was full mana, but nonetheless. And you notice I was threat swapping the whole time. And I'm failing clarity because again, I don't have any mana because I've been playing the hero correctly. I stack while farming, that's something quite important as well to note. And again, I put the clarity, I TP because the wave is under the tower for efficiency purposes. And yeah, you see I messed up the threat swap here, but you know, I'm sure I'll do it in the next one. Yep. Now they try to kill me, but I have level 4 blink, and I threat swapped to strength when I saw the charge. No way they kill me. So I just continue doing that. I see they're playing top, which means I need to go towards the middle, towards the ancient camp, and then towards bottom. Because I'm completely safe at the moment, everyone is top. I can go on the lane, I can farm, and I can put some pressure on the tower. This is a completely free anti-mage game, because Lifestealer does absolutely nothing to anti-mage. Just doesn't have the damage to burst you, just ignore him in fights. Cloak is a little bit annoying, but again you can just blink from the cogs. Ogre, it's fine, you can reflect his spells. Spirit Breaker is the only problem, and Arc Warden, you counter Arc Warden, you're the biggest counter of Arc Warden with PA. Because you hit quickly, you go inside the bubble, and you have a lot of damage versus the low agility Arc Warden. And why am I farming here now? Why am I farming in our jungle versus pushing middle versus going bottom? Well, I see two heroes bottom, but more importantly, I see my team top posturing to pressure this tower. So what I want to be doing is I want to be farming near them so that I can join and clean up fights. And also I don't see an Arc Warden. Because Nyx is here, because Ogre is here and Quok is here, that means that Arc Warden could be in the triangle or taking these two camps. Because he also has an ultimate that creates a double, most likely he's either doing both, or if he has to choose one of them, he's definitely in the triangle. That means I can potentially get a snipe on Arc Warden if I'm very lucky, which is what happens. So I blink in, and I can see a low Arc Warden, I kill him, and what do I do after I've killed him? Start hitting the creeps, I see a Spirit Breaker with the clock, and I just leave my ledge. I don't want to be in this fight, because if they TP the other two heroes, and we're in a 4v4 scenario, I could die. If I die minute 17, I might lose the game. You should always try to play in a very safe manner with anti-mage before your Manta. Again, I see an Arc Clone. Yes, the tower is low, they can deny it, but I need to play safe, I can just back down. I don't want someone else TPing and contesting me. And now, I can see Lifestealer top, I can see Clock middle, and I can see other heroes going to support him, so I just go bottom. If they're playing top, I go bottom. And it's minute 18, I almost have my Manta, which, you know, it's not the best timing. You ideally want to have your Manta by minute 18, but it's not awful either. It's an okay timing. I'm first in the network chart, I see an Arc double, and I immediately go to kill him. I'm denying him farm. I know they're all top and they're fighting my team, therefore they can't really contest me. And when I kill the double, I just TP and go back to farming. And something you need to note, I just bought 3 clarities. I'm 0 mana, even though I'm constantly ferrying clarities. And that's with threat switching. And that's because if you're playing anti-mage correctly, you should almost never have mana, because you're constantly spamming the blink. And you're constantly spamming the mana void to try to take heroes that are low in fights. And again, I go back from bottom because they could TP after I kill Dark Warden, go to the triangle, and then I'm thinking of potentially going middle if they're still contesting top, or going to their jungle and potentially getting that tower if they start fighting. So that's my thought process. But you should always be conscious of A, where the enemy is, B, where your allies are, and also where is the hero that could kill you. In this case, I'm afraid of Spirit Breaker in general with the Lifestealer bomb, but I know Spirit Breaker doesn't have a lot of items. I know Lifestealer is also a bit weak, therefore I'm not that afraid and I can be a little bit aggressive. Now here, I see there's fight top and I'm thinking of joining it, but I don't just TP there, I don't go there by default, I farm towards top. I make my farming pattern help me join the fight, and when I see there's not a fight I want to be joining, I just blink out and continue farming. And nothing's being disrupted. They've had to divert their push to go and chase me, otherwise they could have taken tier 3. And I've not jeopardized my farm in the slightest, because I've not stopped farming.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And over here I can see their middle. I decide to be a little bit on the aggressive side.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And when they do the rocket, usually if they use a spell or a fortify, that means they're thinking about you and they might go on you. So it's a good idea to back off in general, just from a psychological perspective. And nothing too interesting happening here. Just me farming. I see the Lifestealer top. I ping to my team to come and try and kill the Lifestealer. Unfortunately, it seems they have vision on me, so their whole team comes. And what I do is I just blink out, go to their jungle, because that's safe. They're in our jungle, so you can go in their jungle. Kill their creeps. Again, fairy some clarities. And then I use the Manta to actually cut the wave, so that they have a more difficult time pushing. I don't do it properly, unfortunately, but you know, the idea was good. So I noticed that they're actually trying to push tier 3. You don't want to give them tier 3. If you have your Manta, your Basher, your Battle Fury, and they're pushing tier 3, you usually want to help with the defense. If there's a chance for you to defend, obviously. I'm 2k net worth above the Lifestealer, 3k over Dark Warden, so I feel I'm strong enough to contribute to the fight and think it's a fight we can win. So I go there, regen some mana, and then what do? So I kill the Lifestealer, they get me low, so I immediately go back to base, regen. I use a South as well, you note, to regen quicker, which is something you could be doing as well. And then rejoin the pushing effort and go back to farming.
Double damage.
Thus far, I'm 5-0-3. I've played 3D safe. I have quite a bit more last hits than Lifestealer. I see a Kokai Matic on him. I now have my Basher. I have a Ultimate Orb. I feel very comfortable in killing this clock before they stop me. They rotate 2 heroes to stop me, but I know that they can't really kill me in time. Lifestealer has not gone into Desolator, so they just don't have the damage. And then after that kill I just continue farming. And because they've had to TP, they've not taken Roshan, they've not taken an objective. They need to go bottom because they don't have any TPs. They can't really contest me middle, because I'm a lot quicker than them, so I can absolutely safely farm middle. I see that no one has joined them top. They continue being, bottom. They continue being bottom because they've already used their TPs. There's nothing they can do. I've farmed their jungle. They're already here, so why not push? And because of that, we can TP and punish the greed. And you see in a second, I see Dark Warden clone, I immediately go on him. Clock comes, but I'm a lot stronger than Clock. Doesn't matter, he comes. I just kill everyone because I'm an anti-mage, level 22 at the time of the fight, with Manta, Basher, and Battle Fury. And I go for Skadi. Why do I go for Skadi? Well, Skadi is really good versus strength heroes that have a form of lifesteal. well, Lifestealer in particular. It's good versus other heroes that you want to slow. It's okay versus Arc Warden if you had gone Satanic. It makes you tankier as well, so they can just burst you and you can always escape. Other option is the Butterfly, which I go for later because again, three of their heroes really want to hit me, and they're awkward heroes to buy MKB on. So Butterfly is a great item because it gives me damage, gives me that evasion, and just counters their heroes completely. And Lifestealer can't really get MKB that easily in this game because he's not going for a farming build. Other option is a Satanic. With a Satanic, it's very difficult for them to kill me because it dispels, it gives me that really good lifesteal, but it's a very passive item. I want to be killing them, I don't want to just be surviving. And I'm confident enough that my current items, with the Frost Shield from the Lich, are enough for me to survive the fight, so I don't need to be too passive. I want to be the one killing, I don't want to be the one playing safe. After your fourth item in this situation, you're now the strongest hero on the map. And if we go to net worth, I'm now almost 6k above Lifestealer. Like, I want to be the one chasing them, I want to be the one setting the pace. And you see in a second my map movement corresponds to that. I see the fight. I very confidently go in Dark Warden. Unfortunately, the wave doesn't help. I completely ignore the other heroes, and you can see that again. Let me rewind this. There's two heroes here. I just ignore them. I go for Dark Warden immediately. There's an ogre that's low HP. I ignore the ogre. It doesn't matter. I need to always be killing this Dark Warden. Yes, there's 4 heroes on me. 5 even. I don't care. I can kill Dark Warden. I know I can kill him. And even here I try to chase the Spirit Breaker because they can't kill me. They don't have the damage. I even trade with this guy even though I know there's 4 heroes. And I back off without any issues. Like, I know that they just don't have the capacity to kill me. Given I have the Manta, given I have the Blink Talents. So I go to the base, I use the clarity in the base to help my regeneration. I swap up some of my items to speed up that regen as well. Then go back to farming. I briefly considered getting the shard, but then realized it's not that useful this game. Because my counterspell and Manta do quite enough to negate the magic damage. And Butterfly is way more important. And yeah, not much more to this replay. I just go, I kill people, and ultimately we end up winning the game with me not dying even once in a 4v5 game where my mid lane disconnected or abandoned quite early on. And maybe what I want to showcase is just one more fight. If we just speed up. I get an ogre solo kill here. Spirit Breaker decides he wants to join for some reason. So here they decide they can push because they have Aegis. I immediately jump on Arc Warden again, kill him. Again, I just ignore this Lifestealer, he does nothing, kill Arc Warden again. And only then, only when we're 4v1 do I actually kill the Lifestealer, because look at this. It's like, he doesn't do any damage, but he's difficult to kill, he's annoying to kill. So why would I bother with Lifestealer? Just kill everyone around him, and then when he's alone, really easy to kill. Like, really easy to kill. And I'll do one more fight, and then this replay ends. Just do this, for this. So, what you want to be doing, as I said before with anti-mage, is you want to be going in and out of the fights. So over here, they will in a second go on me. Going out of the fight, because I don't want to take the extra damage. Then once the fortify is down, I go in. So Arc Warden comes near. For some reason I get scared, I should have just killed him, but mistakes happen. I kill the clock, see a buyback, I see the Lifestealer, so I just back away. Back away, I kite. I blink Q, kill the Spirit Breaker, and now these two are very confident. They've driven us off, the anti-mage is low. It's okay, we've defended. So what do? Well, I just go back, and again, I ignore this lifestealer, he does not matter. Just go to Arc. Kill the Arc, and then when the lifestealer is alone, he is completely dead. Nothing he can do.
Dire's top tower
And
is under attack.
that's it, game is finished. And just before we finish this replay analysis, heroes that are really good against anti-mage are heroes that have catch. For example, well, Spirit Breaker. Zeus is okay as well because he can give vision of the anti-mage early on and he can kill anti-mage on lane. Also, heroes that are good against carry. So PA, the PA has a good game, is really good against anti-mage because it just kills you. Uh, Completely bursts you. Legion Commander is phenomenal against anti-mage because wins against you in the lane. It also chases you during the mid game, and in the ultra late game is a good hero against you with Duo and Blade Mail. And Duo is one of the best abilities for anti-mage because you can't counterspell it. It forces you into, in most scenarios, either getting a fast linking sphere, which is horrible for an anti-mage as an item, or having a satanic and relying that you can click satanic in the duo. But that still doesn't mean you survive it, but it is an option. It's a very awkward hero to play against. So I think those are the main heroes you should always be conscious about when picking anti-mage. And I think that is everything, guys. Hope you liked the video. Like and subscribe. And see you next time.